So there's something to be said about a clean house, a clean garage, a clean office. So Michelle and I this past summer, we went through our house room by room and found things that we hadn't been using for a while and found a way to get rid of them. Some of it was giving it away, some of it was selling it, and our thoughts here are more just to share what we did and give you ideas on how you can do it the same.
Because depending on whatever that item is, one way may be better to sell it than the other way, as we found.
So 3 considerations. First, the audience or the market that you're trying to get this out to. The second, what costs or fees are there to sell it on that platform? And third is something, do you want to ship it or do you want someone to come to your home and pick it up? So some different platforms that we found were eBay. Depending on what you're selling, depending on how much it's worth, depending on how many people may want to buy it, that's a great option. Another one is Craigslist. This is more local for where you live, more even state specific. Another one is Facebook. We're part of the Barrington Facebook garage sale group, and that gets a lot of traffic depending on what it is, especially clothing and kids' clothes and toys. Another one is part of a blog or a group. So I sold a golf simulator, and I was part of a golf blogging group. And that had a lot of attention specifically for that product or that item. Another one is just a local garage sale. Maybe you're part of a community that there's a lot of kids or there's a lot of young families. That's another one. Another option is to give it away. Maybe you have an old ball mitt or baseball glove or some toys. Maybe you know a family that you can give it to. There's no monetary value, but you're giving something. Another one is donate. Salvation Army, Goodwill, any local charity or organization that can use it. And the last one, if you really have no use for it, there's no value to anyone else, is finally to throw it out.
And there were things that, so in this list of different things, we noticed some things would actually be better on different platforms. And so what we found was it really depends on the item, which platform worked better. So for example, furniture was something in this Facebook group that goes really well. So people can always paint or do something different with a piece of furniture. And so that was one that we found that did well. There were just other items though, if they're higher priced items or specific, like a golf item, that eBay is a place where you might be able to sell it the quickest. You're going to pay something for it. So that's where with these 3 different considerations, you're going to pay something for it, or you may have to ship it. But depending on the cost, it may make sense to use a platform like that.
Yeah.
Another thing that we did was even the garage sale. So when you have all of this stuff that you finally can't get rid of, or you're just fine taking $1, $5, $10 for something, and you have a lot of items, maybe team up with a neighbor or someone in your neighborhood that you could just do it yourself and they can bring things too, because that is a great way to get rid of a lot of things that then once things are left, you could actually just say, you know what, the rest of this we're just going to donate because we don't need it. Someone else can have a better use for it, and we just don't need it around anymore.
And that's really the beauty in all this, is now we're not surrounded by stuff we're not using. We now have a simple, very decluttered life.
And that's one thing, the biggest probably thing important in that is that when these things are around and when you have all this stuff, it takes your mind, because as you walk by it every day, you think about it and you think, I need to get rid of that, or I need to do something. But instead, once you get rid of it, you don't even have to think about that anymore, and you can focus on other more important things.
So take these 8 examples, let's see how you can apply it in your life.